Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we'll see the veteran Phillip Rivers and the Los Angeles Chargers as they take on the 11-year man Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. With that, let's head inside to Ford Field in Detroit. We're standing by are the two men who will bring you this one, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, Coach, the seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with Phillip Rivers and the Los Angeles Chargers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now, Charles, you and I, we've done a lot of games together. Always seems like we're rehashing the same storylines. Turnovers, of course, always a big story. Quarterback play, running backs, yada, yada, yada. But getting ready for this one word kept coming to mind, and that's preparation.
Well, it's critical to be prepared. Physically, mentally. When you think about getting ready for an NFL game, you have to wonder, what will they throw at us that maybe we haven't seen before? 2-minute drill, maybe different things like that. Got to be prepared. You're exactly right.
Badgley now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Matthew Stafford now in his 11th season with Detroit leads the offense out here, coming off a Week 1 tie against Arizona. The Cardinals made a late push, sent that to overtime, 27-27 the final. Speaking of the number 27, Charles, that's the number of passes that Stafford completed in 45 attempts. But how about 385 yards for him?
Yeah, 3 touchdowns as well, and the 385 yards, more than any he threw for in a game last year. But that's part of the issue, too, because this is a Lions team that's made an emphasis on trying to get better running the football. Brought in Kerryon Johnson last year. C.J. Anderson came in as a free agent this year. Didn't get a lot done on the ground, so had to rely on the right arm of Matthew Stafford once again.
A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Stafford now to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw. Stafford. Open man. He's got him. The tight end, Hawkinson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Joey Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Deep for the Chargers, Desmond King. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Phillip Rivers ready to go under center for the Los Angeles Chargers. And Phillip will be 38 in December, but you wouldn't know that if you looked at week 1 when he defeated the Indianapolis Colts. 333 yards, 3 touchdowns, another very good game from him.
He's got to keep playing. He's got those 9 mouths to feed with the children. I mean, he's got a full baseball squad. But the best part is his enthusiasm for the game. That has never waned. He loves everything about it, including training camp. This guy just likes being around his team, loves leading them. And how about the Chargers breaking out the gate 1-0, which is a big deal because normally they start slow and finish strong. Maybe now they can put
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Rivers to throw it. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. And he's the guy, Mike Williams, that the Chargers took 7th overall a couple of years ago. Battled injuries as a rookie, but in full health last year he caught 43 passes with a knack of really finding the end zone. 10 of those 43 catches went for touchdowns. Rivers on 3rd and 2. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the 1st down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. Well, and you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here's big. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a carry by the 3rd-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
390. He's coming. I got you, punk. Wait. Not hot.
On 2nd and 12, Rivers. And this one complete to Virgil Green. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Two 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Rivers. Man open left side, it's Williams. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And for a 2nd straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Detroit going to get the football back here, and I mentioned earlier we talked briefly about the tie in Week 1 with Arizona. What was tough for Detroit in that game, they led 24-6, and then the Cardinals came all the way back, so that has to feel almost like a loss, doesn't it?
It does. Couple of ways, right? As you mentioned, letting that lead get away. But it's a game that you had to feel that Detroit could go on the road and get. And you know how difficult it is to win on the road in the NFL. And that was one they kind of let get away. So if they're going to be a factor in the NFC North, in a sense, they have to make up for this game. Because that's one that should have been in the win column for them.
And now they're home for the Chargers, and at Philly and home for Kansas City. 3 straight playoff teams from a year ago before they hit their bye week. Give them 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop him?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
We got 4.
Throwing is Stafford. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And we look now at the Lions offense.
Running back Kerryon Johnson was drafted out of Auburn in the 2nd round in 2018 to become the Detroit Lions' lead running back, something they haven't had in a long time. In fact, in 2018, he ran for over 100 yards in a game in September, the first Lions back over 100 yards since Reggie Bush on Thanksgiving Day in 2013. They're hoping that continues, and he'll be the 3-down runner that they've been seeking.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. With that, let's take a look here at the Charger defense.
It's real easy to talk about Thomas Davis coming back from multiple knee injuries, but he wants his play on the field to be the story.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Here's Stafford. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Adrian Phillips there to knock that one away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw is Stafford. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
They go play action here on first down. To the right and complete to Galladay. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. A first down carry here for Johnson. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it with Johnson. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
This will be caught at about the 5. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
250. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day.
Here's Stafford. Galladay's got it, and the Lions have a touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. Oh, this is blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, there's a blocked extra point. I remember playing, and we had one of those go against us. I remember our kicker and our holder told the head coach, just relax, coach. Why are you yelling? Don't worry about it. It's just 1 point. Oh, my. Those coaches see a point is gold to them because you never know how it's going to turn out later.
Exactly. That's why I was just going to say first quarter. We'll see if this has any implications as the game goes on.
I still can't believe they told the head coach to relax. Whoa.
Bad move. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Partners, we discussed earlier, the Chargers 1-0 after that victory over the Colts last week. And still no Melvin Gordon, of course. Possibly won't see him until November. But Austin Eckler, he held his own, didn't he?
He certainly did. 154 yards of total offense, 3 touchdowns, including the game winner in overtime. And not only did he hold his own, but he got the attention of Melvin Gordon, who took to social media after the game to let him know he was watching and enjoying. And what did he say on social media? Eating, which means that Austin Eckler was eating up the ground and the touchdowns.
Now Eckler, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And the offensive starters here for Los Angeles.
If you're going to talk about great players with the Chargers, you have to include their center, Mike Pouncey, a 4-time Pro Bowler. He and his brother Marquise with the Pittsburgh Steelers, they were the Pro Bowl centers for the AFC in 2018.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. And the starting crew defensively for Detroit.
As the Detroit Lions continue to rebuild their defense, they were so excited about the opportunity to acquire defensive end Trey Flowers from New England, who always put on big performances in the playoffs and in Super Bowls. And now the Lions looking forward to seeing that game in and game out. 7.5 sacks is his career high. They'd love to see that number get to double digits.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Down to lose 1.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, and it's 3rd down.
That, lady! Let's go one more.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 6-0 our score after 1. 2nd quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. And that's complete to Jesse James. And he goes out right around the 39. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Johnson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now Stafford. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And that's incomplete. Carry on Johnson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
They go back to the ground with Johnson. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
58 to Mike. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, Charles, as we peek back to week 1, what would you say were the positives for some teams or individuals that you took away?
Well, it started on opening night, Green Bay, and their defense. Not necessarily Aaron Rodgers and what they did going into Chicago and winning. Kansas City, they picked right up where they left off with Patrick Mahomes. Explosive on offense. How about Baltimore and Lamar Jackson? He's not just a single-wing tailback, folks. He's a quarterback. And Tennessee, going into Cleveland, Marcus Mariota, Derrick Henry put up 43 points on the Browns.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Well, partner, I want to revisit week 1. I got your positive takeaways from the first week of the NFL season. How about the bad stuff?
Well, let's pump the brakes a little bit on the Super Bowl celebration in Cleveland.
Yeah.
They have to win some games first, and maybe now that's the best thing that could have happened to them. Maybe they can settle in because that's a good roster. Miami, we suspected it was going to be rough. I don't know that we suspected that bad on opening day. Jacksonville, the defense is supposed to carry this team. They got torched by Kansas City. And Pittsburgh just didn't show up against New England. And I don't think we expected that at all because I thought Pittsburgh's defense was really good in the preseason.
On 3rd and 2, Rivers, and caught right side, Green. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Go white 90, black 15. 80 high.
Running on first down, Eckler. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Okay. Round 80. 81.
On 2nd and 9, Rivers. Allen's got it over the middle. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his man here. It's Green. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 22-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Rivers now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. To throw is Rivers. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Rivers. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Rivers, he leaves to Eckler on the draw. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. Virgil Green there to make the grab, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And this one through the uprights and good. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Back out is Matthew Stafford in the Lions offense. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, at some point during this broadcast, we had to bring up the Antonio Brown saga, and that moment is right now. I got to get your thoughts. I got to get you on the record. What do you think of all this?
Well, when you go back to Oakland, and you know about my relationships with the head coach and the general manager there, but putting that aside, one, never would have made the deal for him. I just never saw him as a guy that was going to go from place to place and be the influence that you want in a locker room, and that proved to be true in Oakland. Now he gets a new start, kind of a fresh start, to put it mildly, in New England, and they seem to be all on board with that. But that has to be the one team that can take him because they have a head coach there that if he doesn't do what the head coach wants, he actually will get rid of it. If he went to another team, they would try and continue to make it work, and that might grind down a team in a locker room, but that won't happen in New England. So if he's still there, that means it's working well. Otherwise, he'll be out of there fast. We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
250.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. And his throw is incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he fends him off. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Stafford got his man complete over the middle. That's James. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. And James has it. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Now Prater to add the PAT. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple. What a great surprise Austin Eckler has turned out to be. That's the kid that was undrafted out of Western State, signed with the Chargers in 2017, and then last season, 554 yards at 5.2 yards per carry, and then he was also effective catching the football. 39 receptions, over 400 yards there. A great compliment to Melvin Gordon. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Rivers hands off to Eckler. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He was brought down by Devon Kennard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll try to throw here. Rivers got a man over the middle. It's Williams. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, Rivers gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Rivers to Benjamin, good for the Charger first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw again on second down. Rivers, and he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Now the second-year kicker, Michael Badgley. He hit from 59 as a rookie. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And the gamble fails. It's incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Lions will take over. Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Screen play, Johnson. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the 50, it's Stafford. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides. Stafford. And he finds Danny Amendola. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Stafford now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Stafford. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Stafford looks to throw again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Make that now 3 first-half touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Extra point good by Prater. And the lead now stands at 13. 5 plays there on that drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Rivers. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Virgil Green is tied in, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Final play of the half, Rivers. And able to find Green. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A run on first down, but it's not going to get them much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Here we go. Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. On is the Chargers punter now as he's on to kick it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. And now let's look at the quarterback, Matthew Stafford, in our player spotlight. And it's been a good game for him to this point, Charles. They're winning on the scoreboard. They got to be feeling pretty good.
And it's always fun for them when they're not just winning on the scoreboard, but they're contributing in a big way. You see him throwing touchdown passes, watching this video here. It's got to be a fun time for him and a relaxed time because nothing is pressing.
Relaxed, cool, calm, collective, all those things describing him right now. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Johnson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the pass. Here we go.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, Big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
250.
On first down, Johnson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
Ready? Go 20. Check 52 is the mark. Pick me up. Here we go.
C.J. Anderson of the game. He gets it here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Stafford. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 24-yard line.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage.
Set. Lady. 52. 52 is the mic. So don't say nothing.
They'll run on first down. Johnson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Get ready. Get ready.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's going to go up top, and he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. So now Stafford will bring up the Lions, and they'll go for 2.
Just like that. Just like that.
From the gun, Stafford. That's caught, and he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Allen has it, left side. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now it's a bootleg with Rivers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 38-yard line. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here is Eckler. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Rivers over the middle, complete. It's Williams. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Rivers. And to the right side here, it's Allen. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So on 4th down, on comes the Charger kicker, Michael Badgley. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. Badgley able to knock this one through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. He gets it left side to Johnson. 7 yards there and a first down.
We got this.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Tackles.
Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply, if you get it to him in space, more time.
And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out, and picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Phillip Rivers now gears up to lead the offense on the field. How do you break down his game so far? Just the one touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. And they move this all the way down to the 9. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. From the gun, Rivers. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Come on, baby.
Draw play. It's Eckler. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be.
That is caught. It's Benjamin for the Charger touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Push him back. Push him back. Look at him. It's a party now.
Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Like that. 250. Hey, let's get there.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
All day, every day, any day.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? From the gun, here's Stafford. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Phillip Rivers, no stranger to fourth-quarter comebacks. He's led the Chargers back to victory 26 times coming into this year. But work to do here if he wants to add another notch to the belt. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield.
Foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun. Rivers. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Eckler, and he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Once more, here's Eckler. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, this is Jackson. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Badgley's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Stafford. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Set. Get a lady. Get a lady.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end to the left.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Blue 60! 58, come on! Guys, it's game situation, let's go.
12 more yards there and another first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Set the tone, defense. Set the defense, let's go.
They go play action here on first down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
I know for us it's fun, and it's not so much fun for the rookie receivers when we see them coming into the league and we're going to training camps. You see them working on getting 2 feet down instead of 1. But the best ones train in college trying to get 2 down instead of 1, so the transition's a little bit less. In this case, though, wasn't able to complete it anyway.
Stafford throwing on target to Jones. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the gun, Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Here's Stafford. The left side completion to Jones. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Got 80. 52. Coming this way. Here we go.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson taking it in. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
Prater on to add the extra point. And a lead is up to 18 now. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And the touchdown run came from Kerryon Johnson to cap things off. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing Rivers. Benjamin with it over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
On 1st and 10, Rivers. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Rivers on the money, complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. 51 to Mike. 85.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Green's got it over the middle. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 45-yard line. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Rivers with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Rivers again. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Rivers. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll throw again. Rivers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he lost the football. And the Lions have recovered.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So out now come the Lions. Now that turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 22. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage. But you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Alert flare, alert flare, flare.
On 1st down, it's Johnson. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together. Shift, shift.
They go to Johnson again. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd.
That's trash. That's trash.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Rivers now to throw on 1st down. That is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw is Rivers. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
So here come the Lions now. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Video set! 180! Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a pickup of 5. Brings up 2nd down.
Ready! Yellow lady! Yellow lady! Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Again, it's Johnson. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Lucky.
Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.